So Samuel was searching for a king to follow Saul, but the prophet focused on outward appearances. Jesus says God sees things different than we tend to see them by looking at what is in the heart. 1 Corinthians chapter 16 verse 13 says, "In your faith be courageous." What kind of a heart does God want us to have? One in which there is a short distance between believing and doing. But the beating heart of this admonition, this verse from 1 Corinthians, is the promise. We're already the sign of the crucified Lord in this world. That's why God wants a courageous heart. The other day I read an article that I wish I hadn't read. It was all about what the author considered one of the very worst crimes in the state of Minnesota. It was a financial crime, and I don't want to go into any details here because when that crime hit the newspapers, the front pages of the newspapers, I got a letter in the mail from one of my students. Once upon a time, a confirmation student who was caught up in that crime, not as a victim, but as one of the perpetrators. This is what he said to me in the letter. He said, "Martin, I'd give anything if I could be back in your confirmation class. I wish I would have paid better attention." I might get a chance to do this all over again, but it won't be for many, many, many years. Courage, I think, is having the ability to say no sometimes, to not do what the people around you are doing. I pray for that student every single night when I offer my prayers. I pray that where he's at now will be a time not just where he can learn about courage, but where he can practice it. God wants that from each and every one of us. Stay focused, pay less attention to the outward appearance, and pay more attention to what's in your heart. What kind of a person of God are you? Do you have a heart that is courageous? That's what Grace to Go looks like.